In less than a month, the World Cup is starting in the United States of America, Mexico, and then Canada. And so some countries have started releasing the list or their squad that they will be taking to this year's World Cup. And so I'm here to give you all the latest updates that you can find on the internet. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment under the comment section, put us on post notification by clicking on the notification icon. My name is General. Now, as I said, the World Cup will be starting in a few days, less than a month. It will be starting. And so some of the countries have started releasing their squad for the World Cup. I'll be giving you some of the countries that their squad list have come out. We will talk about the Premier League player of the season nominees, the coach of the season, the young player, and then other awards as well, and other sporting issues and all of the things happening at Real Madrid. My name is General. So let's start off with the Premier League player of the season nominees. So the EPL will be ending in like 2 or 3 weeks time, and so the nominees for the player of the season have been released by the Premier League. And so I want to walk you through some of the players who were nominated, their statistics for this season, and who you think deserve the award. You can input the name and or in the comment section. So let's start off with the player of the season nominees. So we have Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United. We have Gabriel Magalhaes of Arsenal. We have Morgan Gibbs-White of Nottingham Forest. Ellen Brot-Holland, Manchester City. David Raya, who is the goalkeeper for Arsenal. Declan Rice of Arsenal. Antoine Semenyo of Manchester City. The Ghanaian has been nominated in the player of the season award list. And as we have Igo Thiago of Brentford. So these are the 8 players who have been nominated for the Premier League player of the season. And so Arsenal have 3 players in there. Manchester United has 1. Manchester City has 2. Nottingham Forest has 1. And then Brentford also has 1 player in there. Chelsea does not have any player contending or fighting for the Premier League player of the season award. And so let's go straight and talk about these players, their statistics for this season, how they've performed in the Premier League, and who you think deserves to win the Premier League player of the season. Now, let's start off with Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United this season have been a fantastic and an excellent player. We all know the qualities that Bruno Fernandes have. He can hold the ball, possess the ball, give assist. You know, his IQ, his football IQ is on top. And for this season, Fernandes has been, he has played 33 matches. So far, so good. As at the time that I was shooting this video, they have about 2 games left to play in the Premier League. And so he has played 33 matches this season. Out of those 33 matches, he has scored 8 goals this season. He has provided 19 assists, as you can see here. And he is even chasing the most assists in a season in the Premier League, a record that is being held by, I think, Kevin De Bruyne for producing 20 assists in a season. Bruno Fernandes currently have 19 assists, and so he has 2 games to play. Definitely, I'm sure he can add either 1 or 2 assists and then break that particular record. And so, if you ask me, I think Bruno Fernandes should be in a player of the season list. The second player on the list is Gabriel Magalhaes of Arsenal, who has been an excellent defender. He's been in 30 games this season. He scored 3 goals. It's fair because he's a centre back. He has provided 4 assists and he has kept 16 clean sheets for Arsenal, the Gunners. Morgan Gibbs-White of Nottingham Forest has been an excellent player for Nottingham Forest this season because he's been banging in the goals day in, day out. He's been an excellent player for them. He had injury, like 2 weeks ago, and so he's been out of some of their current games. But Morgan Gibbs-White deserves to be on that particular list. He's been involved in like 35 matches, scoring 13 goals, and he has provided 4 assists. David Raya of Arsenal, he has been the safest pair of hands for Arsenal in the goal post this season. He has been in 36 matches. He has 2 games left to play. He is leading the clean sheet in the Premier League. He's like 18 clean sheets so far this season in the Premier League. And so David Raya deserves to be on that particular list for the player of the season. Declan Rice of Arsenal, 35 games, scoring 4 goals and providing 5 assists. An excellent, central defender. He can also play as a defensive midfielder. He's been excellent for Arsenal in the Premier League. Erling Haaland has played in 34 matches. He has scored 26 goals and he has provided 8 assists. He's the I think he's leading the top scorers list for this season in the Premier League. Antoine Semenyo, he started at Bournemouth and then he ended up at Manchester City because Manchester City bought him during the summer transfer window. And so Semenyo has been an excellent player. When the season started for him at Bournemouth, he was playing so well. He was scoring goals day in, day out. Semenyo has been an excellent player. In 35 matches for both Bournemouth and Manchester City, Semenyo has scored 16 goals. He has provided 4 assists. He is the third, top scorer in the Premier League this season after Ellen Botaland and then Igor Thiago. And so Semenyo has been fantastic so far, and I'm very happy that he got on the nominations list. Though I'm not sure he will win the award, yes, but I think it's a positive one for him being on that list. And then the last player on the list is Igor Thiago, who has been a fantastic player for Brentford so far, so good this season. In 36 games, he has 22 goals. He's the second, top scorer just behind Ellen Botalan, who has 26 goals, and so he has provided 1 assist. But for me, if you ask me who I think should win the Premier League Player of the Season, I'll go for David Raya or Bruno Fernandes. Either David Raya of Arsenal or Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United. One player that I was shocked that his name didn't come on this list was William Saliba of Arsenal as well, because Saliba has been an excellent player alongside, playing alongside Gabriel. These two guys keeping a clean sheet for Arsenal day in, day out, conceding less goals in the Premier League. And, so these guys have been fantastic. So this is the list of the players for the Premier League Player of the Season award. Let's look at the Manager of the Season nominees. We have Keith Anderson of Brentford, Mikel Arteta of Arsenal, Michael Carrick of Manchester United, Pep Guardiola of Manchester City, Andoni Iraola of Bournemouth, and then Regis Lebris of Sunderland. But I think out of all these 6 coaches who have been nominated, I think Mikel Arteta deserves to win this award because definitely he's going to win the Premier League. And so I think he's done an excellent job this season. Arteta, if he wins the award, I will not be surprised. And then Michael Carrick, though he didn't start the season with Manchester United, when he took over, he has, like watching them be or Manchester United. And so Michael Carrick, though he say he didn't start the season with Manchester United, he has been an excellent manager in the past few months that he's been in charge. And so he also deserves some credit in there. But I think Pep Guardiola also giving Arsenal a tough run in the Premier League. Pep Guardiola award we are not just and so I think Mikel Arteta or maybe Andoni Iraola, these 2 managers, any of them can go in for this particular award. I will do a video on their statistics, their numbers, and everything in our subsequent videos. Young player of the season, we have Ryan Cherki of Manchester City, Matheus Fernandes of West Ham, Lewis Howe of Newcastle, Michael Coyote of Brentford, Junior Krupi of Bournemouth, Kobe Menu of Manchester United, Nico O'Reilly of Manchester City, and then Alex Scott of Bournemouth. And so for this list, I think either Ryan Cherki or Alex Scott, either Ryan Cherki of Manchester City or Alex Scott of Bournemouth, because Ryan Cherki, since he arrived at Manchester City, I think he has about 14 assists or so. And so Ryan Cherki has been an excellent player. He has been an excellent form for Manchester City. And so if Cherki wins this award, it will be all good for him as well. Now let's go into some other issues and talk about some other football matters. Yanko Barcelona. So news coming in from Barcelona is that Hansi Flick has signed a new contract with Barcelona. Akwa bet Madrid for Spain ache. Hey, akwa we kra onko. So Hansi Flick has signed a new contract with Barcelona, and he's going to be there for like the next 2 seasons. So his contract will end in 2028 with an option to extend for another 1 year. And so Hansi Flick for the next 2 years, he is still going to manage Barcelona. I bet it's Madrid for Akoibama Spain. What Tete Madrid for such say easy. And so Brazil have also announced that Carlo Ancelotti has also extended his contract with the Brazilian national team until 2030. So he's leading them to this year's World Cup, and then after that, he will still be in charge for the 2030 World Cup if things go well as planned. And then, as the World Cup will be starting in few days, in less than a month, FIFA has confirmed that these artists are going to perform because this year's World Cup there is going to be a halftime show, just like the Super Bowl does. The World Cup this year, for the first time, is going to have a halftime show. So when the final game go for a halftime, artists are going to be on stage to perform, and so the stadium is going to be they are going to enjoy themselves. So BTS will be there, Madonna will be there, and then Shakira will also be there to perform at this year's World Cup final halftime show. Remember, the opening ceremony, we have two artists from Africa who are going to perform in the opening ceremony. Tyler from South Africa and then Rema from Nigeria. There have been calls on social media for Dope Nation to perform because Dope Nation's Kakaleka song has been trending everywhere. Now that song is everywhere around the world, and so they deserve to be there. And so these are things are going to be in this year's World Cup. For the first time, there was going to be a halftime show at the finals. Now, France have released their official squad for this year's World Cup. Omoma yet 55 list via they just released their 26-man squad for the I think it is 30 yes for the tournament. And so their goalkeepers, as usual, Mike Mignon of AC Milan, Brace Samba, Robin Rize. They have defenders like Lucas Digne, Malo Gusto of Chelsea, Lucas Hernandez, Theo Hernandez, Ibrahim Konate, Jules Koundé, Barcelona, William Saliba, Arsenal, Dayot Upamecano of Bayern Munich, and then Maxence Leclerc of I think Crystal Palace. And then their midfielders, you have N'Golo Kante. Yes, Kante is going to be part of this year's France squad for the World Cup. Nkrofo Buza said, why is Kante in this squad and Kamavinga is not in this squad? We have Manu Kone of AS Roma, Adrien Rabiot of AC Milan. People are also asking, and why is Rabiot in this squad? Kamavinga is not there. I don't know if you people haven't watched Rabiot this season in the Serie A. Himself and Luka Modric have been balling in the midfield for AC Milan. Rabiot is one of the finest midfielders that France have produced in recent years. And so I'm not surprised that Rabiot has gotten a call-up. N'Golo Kante playing for Fenerbahce has also gotten a call-up. Kamavinga at Real Madrid didn't get a call-up. Kamavinga in the past few months hasn't been the best. Injuries upon injuries, his performance at Madrid hasn't been the best. Chouameni is in there, and then Warren Zaire-Emery of Paris Saint-Germain is also in there. Attackers, we have Machines Akioche, Bradley Bacola, Ryan Cherki, Dembele, Desire Doué, Jean-Philippe Mateta, Mbappe, Michael Olise, and then Marcus Thuram. So these are the squad that France is taking to this year's World Cup. This is a winning team. So this squad, France home could play I will not be surprised if they get to the semi-finals or the finals of this year's World Cup. And so Belgium also have released their squad: Thibaut Courtois, Mike Pendes, then Sonny Lamens of Manchester United. Their defenders, we have Thiati, Michel, Ngoy, De Winter, De Bast. We have Mathieu Decipher, Says, Thomas Meunier, and Timothy Castagne of Fulham. Midfielders, they have Nicolas Raskin of Rangers, Excel Vissel of Girona, Hans Van Aken of Club Brugge, Yuri Telemans of Aston Villa, Kevin De Bruyne, Napoli, Amadou Onana of Aston Villa. Hey! Belgium, Belgium in some years ago, They had the likes of Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne. They had all these, amazing squad, the golden generation. But now, look at the kind of players that Belgium is taking to the World Cup. So they have Alexis Salamikes, Jeremy Doku, Charles de Ketelaere, Romelu Lukaku, Lukebakio, and then Dennis Moreira and then Leandro Trossard. So these are the Belgian squad for this year's World Cup. Ivory Coast have also released their list for the World Cup. We have Vahia Fofana, Mohamed Kone, Alban Lafond as goalkeepers, Emmanuel Agbadu, Clement Akpa, Ousmane Diamonde, Guela Due, Ghislaine Conan, Odiolo Casiono, Evan Indika, Wilfred Singo, Seko Fofana, Pafre Guangon, then Christ Inau Walai, and then Frank Kessie, Ibrahim Sangare, Jan Michael Seri, attackers Simon Adingra, Ang Vuan Boni, Ahmad Diallo, Omar Diakite, Van Diamonde, Ivan Gusand, Nicolas Pepe, Bissouma Traore, and then A. Wahi. And so these are the squad that the Ivorians are taking to this year's World Cup. And so please, these are some of the news that are early up on the internet, but I can confirm to you that Jose Mourinho's comeback to Real Madrid is done. After the season, they are going to announce him as the next head coach of Real Madrid. This will be his second time at Real Madrid. Jose Mourinho coming in at Real Madrid, for me as a Madrid fan, as a football pundit, or as a sports journalist, I see that Mourinho is not coming in. I don't see him coming in to win titles for Madrid because, but I think that when it comes to Madrid, the discipline that we are lacking now, everything will change. There will be discipline in the squad. I don't think they're going to have issues with coaches and players going back and forth because a few days ago, Mbappe has been speaking on the internet. He's saying that in the game against FC Barcelona, the last El Clasico, he wasn't injured. According to him, Abelua told him that he's now become the fourth choice striker at Madrid, a player who have scored about 25 goals this season for you, or someone running a fourth choice striker. And so, like Mourinho coming in will be a great help for Madrid. The dressing room will be stabilized. There will be some kind of discipline because Mourinho the honor on pair rough on pen kwasiasem we rough or be bench or be who say yes, he's a man in charge. And so I think they are going to give him like 2 years contract at Madrid, and then you will see how things will go. So Mourinho coming in is confirmed. The news will be confirmed by Madrid, and then Mourinho himself after the season has ended this season. So let's wait for that particular news. Vinicius Jr. also and his girlfriend has broken up. Yes, Vinicius Jr. and the girlfriend, they are broken up. I think the girl has released a statement on Instagram confirming that herself and Vinicius Jr. are no more in a relationship. And so, guys, these are some of the news happening on the internet that I decided to bring to your attention. And so, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section, share this video, and also put out some post notification by clicking on the notification icon. My name is Jane Ryan. I'll see you in our next video.